The following is a presentation of TNT Sports.
The Dream Team has cruised through the Olympic qualifying tournament and earned a trip to Barcelona. Team USA showcased pinpoint passing, precision sharpshooting, tenacious defense, pure explosive power, along with superb individual skills. The first step has been taken to bring home the gold. Along with Doug Collins, this is Bob Neal. Welcome to beautiful Portland, Oregon, site of the basketball tournament of the Americas. Portland Memorial Coliseum tonight. Semifinal action between Puerto Rico, advancing last night 92-85 over Argentina, and the Dream Team from the United States. The 4 qualifiers for the Olympics from the Americas have now been selected, and they will meet in semifinal action here tonight. First of all, the U.S. and Puerto Rico. Venezuela defeated Canada last night, so Brazil will take on the Venezuelans in game number 2 tonight. But the story of this tournament, it's really been an afterthought in some ways. These teams are now playing for the gold, silver, and bronze of the tournament, but the 4 qualifiers move on to Barcelona. This Dream Team, winning by an average of 56 points a game, has been something to behold. Your impressions of what's happened in those first 4 games?
Oh, Bob, the thing that stands out to me more than anything else is how quickly everything has really come together for the United States. Really about 6 days of practice in San Diego. They come up here, different lineups. I think the 5th different lineup is starting tonight. Big lineups, small lineups. You lose Stockton, you put Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen at backup point guard. They have all the ingredients, the unselfishness. It's just been awesome to watch, to be honest with you. You know, you stand in awe of the greatness of this team, but I think more than anything else, how well they have played together in such a short period of time.
If there's been anything that has tested this team, it's been that they played 4 games in 4 nights before having a day off yesterday.
Well, I think in talking to Chuck Daly today, it was very important for them to have the day off yesterday. 4 straight days of playing. You never do that in the NBA, maybe 3 in a row. But the importance of having a day off. Charles Barkley's got a little bit of a sore ankle now. They hope to have Drexler back. I do not think Bird will play again tonight. Stockton is still out. So the injuries have been a factor. The rest needed yesterday. I think you'll see an excited and frisky team tonight.
Just what Puerto Rico needs to hear. The Puerto Ricans do have some players with NBA experience, and there are some keys to the game that could help them be competitive with this Dream Team for the United States. Doug Collins will outline them to you when we return to Portland Memorial Coliseum right after this. Coliseum here in Portland, Oregon, and now let's have a look at the AT&T preview of this game. And if Puerto Rico is to deliver a competitive game against the Dream Team, Doug Collins, here are some of the keys.
They have an excellent rebounding team. They have 3 of the top 5 rebounders in the tournament of the Americas, so they must do a good job on the board. They've got to try to keep their turnovers down. Last night they had a big lead on Argentina. Argentina put some pressure on them defensively. They got back in the ball game. The United States lives off easy baskets, 32 points a game off turnovers. So for Puerto Rico to have any chance to compete, rebounding, eliminate turnovers, and then they've got to be able to make some 3-point shots.
You hear the reaction to the crowd here. It's a sellout, 12,888. The Dream Team being introduced on the floor. In just a moment, we'll come back and look at the starting lineups for Puerto Rico and the USA.
The 1992 Basketball Tournament of the Americas is brought to you by AT&T, proud sponsor of USA Basketball. By Phillips Lighting, opening the world's eyes to life. By Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. And by McDonald's, helping Olympic dreams come true. The faces of the game. Today's starting lineups brought to you by Schick.
Basketball fans around America talking about this Dream Team. Let's meet their opponents tonight. Gauss is a 3-point shooter. James Carter used to play in the USBL and CBA. These are experienced, good guards for the Puerto Rican team. We'll see how they handle the pressure from the United States. At forward for Puerto Rico, Jose Ortiz. He was Pac-10 MVP at Oregon, drafted by the Utah Jazz. Jerome Mency Played at University of Alabama, Birmingham, and was the last player cut on a Hubie Brown team with the New York Knicks. And the center, Ramon Rivas, who was a draft choice of the Celtics. He is a wide-body truckload and a rough player in the middle, and he may provide some resistance for the United States when the Puerto Rican team plays that zone defense. Ramon Dalmau is the head coach of Puerto Rico. They're a good basketball team. They lost only one game in this tournament. Starting for Dream Team, Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson at the guards. This is the 5th different starting lineup in 5 games for the U.S. At the forwards tonight, it'll be Pippen and Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is the leading scorer for the United States, averaging 18.3 points per game. And starting at center, Patrick Ewing, 11.7 points and 4.7 rebounds. And it almost doesn't matter, since there have been 5 different starting lineups, who Chuck Daly, and you see him standing by assistant coach Mike Krzyzewski, who they use, because often the game really gets started about 5 or 6 minutes in when the first substitutions are made.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting tonight for Puerto Rico, because in watching them play last night, the guys they come off the bench with are very experienced players, but they do not have good speed. A couple good shooters, one is a very good leader, but they do not have good speed and quickness. So when that team substitutes and comes in, we'll have to see if they can handle the speed and quickness coming off the United States bench.
Big win for Puerto Rico last night in Argentina's game. As you look at Cotton Fitzsimmons, now in management with the Phoenix Suns. The Puerto Rican team won 92-85, but it was 88-85 with only a minute left before a very big block by Edwin Peyote. And there is Ortiz, Jose Rafael Ortiz. He went to Oregon State. Ramon Rivas played shortly with the Boston Celtics. Doug Collins talked to Ortiz just prior to the game and said, "You're on TNT tonight." He says,
yeah.
"I'm aware of that."
Yeah, Ramon Rivas and Jerome Mincy both were talking. They're excited about this opportunity to play. Jerome Mincy was very realistic. Somebody came up to him before the game and said, "How do you think you're going to do it?" And he said, I think the United States will kill us tonight.
I might point out that even though this is a semifinal game, the berths for the Olympics in Barcelona have already been won by Brazil, Venezuela, U.S., and Puerto Rico. These games are only to determine the champions and second and third place in this basketball tournament of the Americas. There is no seeding per se with the 12-team pools that play in Barcelona. FIBA does put together 2 pools and try to balance the competition, but whether or not you finish first, second, or third here has very little, if any, effect on how you get seeded or placed in the pools when you get to Barcelona.
I think as we watch this game unfold tonight, too, this will be the most rugged team the United States has played along the front line. We'll have to see how the banging goes inside, but with Mincy, Ortiz, and Rivas, a very big, strong front line.
This is Rivas, number 11. James Carter with the drive, and the Michael Jordan-like spin move that doesn't follow. Rebound out quickly to Pippen. Barkley. Run down by Carter.
I'm sure a lot of people at home are wondering, why don't teams hold the ball on the United States? Use more of the shot clock, try to slow the tempo of this game down. Because the defense is so good, Bob, they get out and they pressure the ball. They force you to break down your offense and take quick shots.
Jerome Mincy misses a 3-point attempt, and here is Pippen and Barkley. An example of the speed on the transition for this dream team.
See, if the rebound goes long, there's no way the Puerto Rican front line can get back defensively. You're going to see a lot of fast break opportunities, 3-on-2, 2-on-1, because the big front line just cannot run with the United States team. They can bang in a slow half-court game like this using the clock, but if it's speed and quickness, they have no chance.
Into Rivas. Bumps into Patrick Ewing right in the check, and Ewing grabs a hold of his sternum. Looks like he's all right. Rivas popped him pretty good there. Ewing misses the short jumper, controlled by Rivas to James Carter. Remember, international rules, 30-second shot clock. The court's only approximately 90 feet long. That's about 4 feet shorter and about 3 feet narrower than an NBA court. Foul against Patrick Ewing.
Looks early in the ball game that Puerto Rico is going to take the time. They're not going to shoot a lot of quick outside shots. They're going to at least make an attempt to get the ball inside, maybe get some fouls, get some opportunities to shoot the ball inside. Long jump shots mean long rebounds. So here's a long shot. If it doesn't go, you're going to long rebound, and you got an opportunity for the fast break. That time, Mincy picks off the board.
Here is Ortiz. He hit some three-pointers last night against Argentina, and Puerto Rico has a 3-2 lead.
You must get up on him and make him put the ball on the floor. If you let him sit there and look with that little set shot, he has pretty good range. As you said, we saw that last night.
Michael Jordan.